As principal of John F. Kennedy Catholic School, thank you for taking time to watch this video. Once per year, I address the entire parish with the state of the school. Last January, we were gathered together in the church for this address. And then 6 weeks later in March, we left for spring break and never came back to school until this fall. It has been quite the experience. We went from making sure we had a steady supply of toilet paper that allowed us to stay open in the spring to scrambling to provide education through a remote manner. And then during the summer, we spent time determining how we could safely open our doors to all students and doing what-if planning for a myriad of possibilities. I think we're going to make it, though. We made it through the crazy Iowa surge in November, and COVID numbers in Iowa seem to be settling back down. Last January, I was talking about our theme, Good Things, as there are so many good things going on in Catholic schools and at JFK. In January, for example, we were laying some groundwork to begin building a regional Catholic school system in Scott County. Assumption High School and All Saints are already multi-parish supported schools. Our Lady of Lourdes and St. John Vianney are increasingly working together, including their discussions about the long-term future of the Catholic Church and Catholic school education in Bettendorf. Even St. Paul's and OLV have occasionally received very modest donations from another Catholic parish in the area. With more mobility among our families and greater means of communication and collaboration, it seems as if the days of operating schools as separate silos is gone. Working together as one system in Scott County can make us all stronger than continuing to work by ourselves. And we've already seen examples of this togetherness. We work together, for example, in past joint efforts to support tuition assistance through the Mississippi Valley School Tuition Organization and the Family Tuition Plan. We have seen it through the setting of common tuition levels at the elementary schools so that we are not competing on price. We have seen it in large-scale textbook adoptions at the elementary level that then, of course, feed into Assumption. The more we work together, the better we are able to meet our present challenges and implement a better vision for the future of Catholic school education in Scott County. Now, forming a regional school system does not happen overnight. We are in about year 1.5 to 2 years of maybe a 3 to 4 year process. Currently, work is being done to determine governance structures, financial models, and marketing and communication processes. Although still in its infancy, a new website for Scott County Catholic Schools has been created at www.sccsiowa.org. More information regarding regionalizing our schools will be made available as progress continues. In about February of last year, just before the pandemic was officially declared, Our Lady of Victory in JFK launched a $1.6 million capital campaign, Cultivating Our Future. We have done remarkably well, even as the campaign has had to take a back seat to more immediate concerns, such as dealing with the pandemic and then a derecho. Pledges through December are at about $1 million, and we have received about $700,000 on those pledges already. Now, due to the uncertainty of things last spring, the biggest part of the campaign, the heating, ventilation, and air conditioning work on the school, was delayed. Hopefully, we'll be able to proceed this summer. While the greatest need for our HVAC work continues to be to mitigate failing heating pipes throughout the oldest parts of the school building, the pandemic really pointed out the inadequacies of not having a ventilation system. Keeping some windows open in order to provide ventilation in classrooms during a pandemic is not the best way to proceed, as we've moved now into Iowa's winter. Although we will soon have portable air purifiers in classrooms, their efficiency and functionality are grossly limited in comparison to a modern, building-wide mechanical ventilation system. The HVAC work we are examining also has a state-of-the-art air purification system itself that will help combat allergens, molds, bacteria, and even viruses. Whether it be for air purification, ventilation, heating pipe mitigation, or even air conditioning, the HVAC system selected for the school will give us a significant advantage. We should be very proud of the attention that our community is giving to the HVAC work. We are the only Catholic school in the area that is tackling HVAC in such a comprehensive manner, and we hope to proceed with this HVAC project as well as some HVAC work here in the church in 2021. This year's annual theme for the school is I Need You. Obviously, there's a need for financial support. We are grateful that donations to the Mississippi Valley School Tuition Organization met its 2020 goal of about $1.3 million. That's $1.3 million of financial assistance that supports over 620 students in Scott County Catholic schools and just over 33% of JFK students. Donations to our Cultivating Our Future capital campaign will allow us to easily commit to completing HVAC work by summer's end. Regular tuition payments and envelope giving, of course, provide the day-to-day financial support to operate a school, even during a pandemic. But it's more than financial support that's needed. The pandemic has showed us just how dependent we are on one another. We need nurses, doctors, mental health professionals, healthcare workers, and first responders to keep us well. We need teachers, school support staff, and child care providers, especially here in Iowa, which has the highest percentage of two working parent families in the country. We need grocery store workers, pharmacy employees, truck drivers, delivery personnel, and warehouse workers. We need behind-the-scenes people like human resource officers and accounting clerks to manage the economy. We need large businesses, small businesses, and not-for-profits so that all of us can survive financially and have our material needs met. We are also, however, more than just our occupations. We see brothers and sisters at school who excitedly take each other's hands as they walk to the school bus every day after school. It's a daily scene that warms my heart. And we ourselves, our parents and children, we're both givers and recipients of unconditional love when it's most needed. We are relatives, both near and far, who try to stay connected through FaceTime and Zoom. We are prayer warriors and prayer shawl makers. We are friends, acquaintances, and even strangers who can bond together to fight cancer so that no one fights alone. And we are a community, a state, a nation, and a world that need all of us to wear our face coverings, practice social distancing, wash our hands often, receive our vaccinations, and practice other good health measures so that COVID-19 can be defeated and we can return our lives to the normal we so cherish. Wherever we are in need of one another. And yet, as I stand here in the church, I also realize that our needs cannot all be met by one another. We are limited, and we are vulnerable as humans. But we are, of course, also children of God, and God is there to help. As I gaze upon the crucifix here, I'm reminded of our need for Christ. It is Christ who died for us so that we may have eternal life. Lord, I need you, and I thank you. As principal of John F. Kennedy Catholic School, I need all of you, students, staff, JFK families, and OLV parishioners in order to have a successful Catholic school. As always, I thank you for your support, and may God bless you and your families.